Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm sitting in a 2014 Buick Lacrosse, and this is the Buick Intellilink system. In order to turn it on, you just hit the button, and this is your volume. And these are all of the icons. You are now on the home page. The first icon would be your audio icon, and it'll bring up all of your radio stations. Right now we're on FM. This is the FM station. This is your menu, your voice, and then you have this button here, and your preset stations are down here. In order to preset a station, you just hold it down until it beeps, and it's set on that station. Once you've filled up your first 5 in that row, you can hit this little button here and slide it up, and there's your next 5. When you've filled in those 5, again another 5 will pop up, and another 5 and another 5 until you get about 60 stations, and then it'll be filled. This is your phone icon. It's for using your phone and pairing your phone to the car. If you wanted to pair a phone to the car, it's very, very easy to use. You go right to voice.
Say a phone command.
Pair phone.
Follow the instructions on the screen to pair a new Bluetooth device.
Then you just wait for it to pop up Buick Intellilink, and then you hit on it with your finger. It'll ask you if you want to pair. It'll give you a 6-digit number, 201262. If it matches, you hit pair and yes, and then you hit OK, and now you're paired. And then all of your contacts are right there. And you can just dial down to whoever you want to call, and it'll call that person. You can even pick a letter, and it'll go to the person whose name starts with that letter. You can swipe down to the bottom if you want to know who's at the end, or swipe up to the top, and it'll hold as many contacts as you could possibly fit into your phone. This little icon down here will bring up all of the information on your phone. This will list all of your phones. This one is for your voicemail, your keypad, recent calls, contacts, and again your voice to call the lady and pair a phone. This one is your phone audio. It works with your Bluetooth. If you have Bluetooth audio in your car, you can just hit start, and it would play the music from your phone into the car. This one is your navigation, and there's your navigation screen. If you wanted to set a destination, you could just hit destination, and you can type in your address, or you can just hit voice and tell the lady destination, and then she'll ask you the address, and she'll ask you for the city, the state, and so on, and she will plug it right in. You won't even have to type if you don't choose to. If you have a stored address, you could hit address, and it would bring up any stored address that you would have in there. These are recent trips that you've made and points of interest that you want to see as you go on your trip. It'll pick out fuel, food, nightlife, travel, lodging, anything you want. Settings are here. That's for setting up the vehicle how you want it. The first is time and date. And in order to set the time or the date or the clock display, just touch on the one you want. This car has auto set, so you never have to set the time. It does it all automatically. If you go to Chicago, it would change to Chicago time. If you went to Detroit, it would change back to Detroit time. So you can set it any way you want. If you want to see the clock, you can. If you don't want to see the clock, you can turn it off. I like it, so I'd leave it on. It speaks 3 languages, English, French, and Spanish. I only know English, so I'm going to leave it there. This valet mode. Say you go out to dinner and you want to leave your keys with the valet, but you don't want him messing with your radio. You can plug in any 4-digit number you want, hit enter, and when the valet gets in the car, he cannot change your radio or play with it in any way. And then when you get back in, you put in your 4-digit number, hit enter, and the phone's yours again. Your radio button is here, and it has quite a few options on it. You can manage your favorites. Right now your radio is set for 60 favorites. You only have 5 plugged in, but if you wanted to remove one of those, you would just hit on it, hit delete, and it would remove it. Instead of storing in a station, you could store in a phone number, and if you didn't want the person's number in there but you wanted their name, you could rename it with the person's name instead of a number. And then when you're done, hit done, and you're out of there. Audible touch feedback. There is a click you can have, so that every time you touch something, you'll hear a click. If you don't want to hear the click, you can turn it off. Number of favorites shown, audible touch, auto volume. Your auto volume you can set so that as you go faster, it gets louder. Now we're in a Buick Lacrosse. It doesn't get much quieter than this, so you're not going to need it to get much louder. But if you were going to have the sunroof open, then you might want to put it up a little bit. We put it on medium, so as you go faster, it will get a little bit louder, and then it will slow back down when you slow down to where it once was. You can have it scream if you want, but I think medium's probably all you need in a car like this. This is my favorite button in the whole car. Say you go out the night before and you party hardy and you got the radio blaring. You can set it so that when you get up in the morning, it's very quiet when you get in the car, no matter how loud you leave it the night before. It's nice if you remote start your car, because if you forget and you got the car noise blaring and you remote start that car and wake the neighbors, they're not going to come out and yell at you anymore. Now we're going to go down to vehicle. The first of those is your climate and air quality. The first of those is your auto fan max speed. When you put it on auto, it will blow like crazy to get it to whatever temperature you set it on. If you don't want it to blow so crazy, you can put it on low or high or medium, whatever you like. If you put it on low, it is still going to blow like crazy, just a lot less crazy than it would normally. Air quality sensor. The car has a sensor in it that senses like allergens and moisture. So if you have bad allergies or sensitivity to moisture, this car will take those out for you. It will, if you put it on high sensitivity, it will keep it completely arid in here. Not too dry, not too moist, just perfect. And it'll take out all the allergens that are in the air and remove them so that you don't have them anymore. Auto defrost, you want to leave on in the winter. In the summer, you could turn it off. I personally would leave it on even in the summer, just because if you have the air conditioning on, you get the condensation on the bottom of the windows. That will remove it. Auto rear defrost you want to leave on all winter, leave it off in the summer. Comfort and convenience. Your first is your auto memory recall. With auto memory recall, you can set it with the driver door open or at ignition. Personally, I'd set it at ignition, because then you can get into the car before it moves up to where it's supposed to be. Easy exit seat moves the seat back. So as you get out of the car, you turn the car off, the seat backs up, and then you get out. When you get back in, you start your car again as the seat goes back where it once was. Your chime volume, you can set to be louder or quieter. Personally, I'd leave it very low, but if you're backing up and you want to know if there's something back there, you might want it up a little bit higher. Reverse tilt mirrors. Your mirrors have the capability of going zzz, down when you back up, and then zzz, go up when you go forward. If you find you like that feature, you can turn it on. Lighting. Your vehicle locator lights are always on. You always want to leave them on. They light up the car when you touch the door handle, so you know the car is safe before you get in it. Your exit lighting is set for 30 seconds. You can set it up to 2 minutes, but then you're standing in the doorway saying, come on, and waiting when you don't need to. 30 seconds usually gets people into their door. And your last one, your power door locks. Your unlocked door anti-lockout it's a feature that doesn't allow you to lock your door without using your key fob. So if you're one of those people who leaves your key fob in the car, you're going to want to use that button and turn it on. If you do, it's going to override your delay door lock and your auto door unlock. Auto door unlock to me is the safest button in the car. What it does is when you get to your destination, it unlocks only your driver's door and doesn't lock any of the others, so that if you have somebody in your vicinity who shouldn't be there, they're not going to be able to hop in the back seat and cause you harm. Delayed door lock is a nice feature if you carry a lot of things with you. What it does is it doesn't lock all the doors precisely. You get out, you hit the lock button once, you'll hear ding, ding, ding. Then you can get everything you want out of the car. When you shut the last door, 5 seconds later, all the doors lock. It's a very nice feature. Remote lock, unlock, and your feedback. Your remote unlock lights feedback is all you get. You can either have lights or nothing. I kind of like the lights. They let you know where the car is and that it is unlocked. Remote lock feedback is lights and horn. Unless you have a different favorite, you could set it any way you want. Remote door unlock, well, first click will unlock the driver's door. Second click unlocks all the doors. Remote start auto heated seats. That's a really nice button in the wintertime. In the summer, though, please remember to turn it off. Passenger door unlock. This is passive door. Passive door unlock is, it works with your key, which works in the car. You do not have to touch the doorknob, is all you have to do to open it. You do not have to ever have the key out of your pocket. You leave the key in your purse or your pocket, hit the door button, it unlocks the door, and you get in. When you get in, you just put your foot on the gas or brake and hit the button, and the car starts. Passive door unlock will unlock just the driver's door unless you hit it a second time. Then it will unlock all the doors, just like your key fob does. Passive door lock has a lot of different features to it. Right now it is off, so you have to use your key fob or your finger on the door button to lock the door. If you put it on with a horn chirp, it'll lock itself as you're walking away and then toot to let you know that it's done so. And if you put it on without a horn chip, it'll just automatically lock it as you walk away. It's your choice which one you want. Remote left in vehicle alert. Oh, that's a fun one. It toots 3 times loudly to let you know that you've left the vehicle without your key. If you have Pandora in your phone, it will play your Pandora. Weather is here if you need it. There's your weather report. It gives you a 3-day. You can go and ask for a 5-day. You can search. If you're on a route, it will take, as you're driving, it would tell you the weather report just ahead of you as you're going. It'll give you a 36-hour window or a daily window, whatever you want. And your OnStar button is here. If you hit the OnStar button, it's going to call the OnStar people. So if you have any problems, that's the button you'd want to hit, and then that'll bring your OnStar people right online for you. These buttons down here are called redundant buttons. Usually whatever you can do up here, you can do with these buttons down here. Your radio goes from AM to FM to XM. Your home button brings you back to this page. Your media button is for Bluetooth audio or Pandora or iPod MP3 plug-in or iPad or anything else that plays any kind of media. This will do it for you, and it'll bring up anything you want. And your back button always returns you to the previous page. This is your menu selector knob. Your menu gives you a choice, and your selector goes through the choices. When you find the one you want, just click on the center and it brings that one up. It's very similar to just touching the icons. And that's your Buick Intellilink. What do you think?